Okay, we'll just get started. We have a lot of the executive committee that wasn't able to make it today, so I'm going to be doing a lot of fill-in announcements, which is totally fine and totally fun. So one of the things that we're going to do is next month we are going to propose or have do the motion to for you guys to approve the January and the February budget because Alex was like, I don't want to, he didn't want to send it and mess with it. And so I'm like, cool, that's easy. So first thing we have is I need a motion to approve the January minutes and it falls just on you guys. Second?
Yeah.
Yep, second it. Perfect. So we're gonna say, yeah, everything's gonna come down to you guys. Same with online. Let me see if I can get the chat up on my phone in case you guys are saying stuff. So also, especially people who are watching online, I am going to be proposing a few new things. So I would really appreciate if you could weigh in the chat. I've got it up to see here. So I'm going to try to do that. So easy peasy motion for the January minutes is passed. The biggest thing that I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get the word out to everybody, but I don't know if everybody's heard, but Trinity Church has closed. So we no longer have a community service partner. Trinity Church did the backpacks, they did outside. Oh, you're cute. Yay, now you're going to want to share the chat for you. Perfect. They did backpacks full of school supplies. They did outside beautification projects. They completely revamped the teacher lounge amongst a million other things, I'm sure. So we now have nobody who is filling that need. It would be super awesome if anybody is plugged in with a that need because if okay, hopefully you guys can you hear me better now? I'm just going to keep talking unless I hear somebody say, okay, perfect. Sorry, guys. So we are going to probably, unless there's like an extreme pushback either from people here or online, I think we're going to move forward with doing our movie nights on March 27th, which is the Friday before spring break starts. We are going to have Zootopia 2. Yes. We will have popcorn and water for free. There may be other concessions for sale that will just be benefiting sixth grade, but we will have some stuff for free. Bring a comfy pillow, blanket, stuffed animal, whatever, come hang out, watch Zootopia too.
Awesome. Let me just comment on that. So,
Yeah.
um, we picked 327. We are open to other dates. One of the reasons why I was hoping a lot of you would show up, and if you have any thoughts on that, that would be great. I am willing to move it into April, but I just want to know if anybody has a big problem with 27. Because I'm hosting it, so I'm happy to. I just want people to come. I think it'll be really fun. I think it'll be a chance for all of us to get cozy together. I know that like it's sometimes hard to get out to the movies. So if we can watch Zootopia 2 while it's still in the movies, I think that would be really special for some of the kids. So
Yeah.
Just let me know if there's any, even those guys in the chat, Kate, if there's anybody that has a problem with that date or thinks that it's a bad idea to do it right before spring break, let me know.
Yeah, we're open to it. We'll finalize plans here in the next couple of days. So if you have feedback, email us, let us know.
Yeah.
I will say now for everybody, we are going to be very, very strict on kids must come with a parent. Parents, this is not a drop off. We will not have babysitting services. We are not going to be responsible. And no, you cannot send your fifth grader with a middle school or high school student. Like, we need adults here. We had an issue at bingo night that we really do not want to replicate. So that is for everybody's safety and for poor Mr. Jose's sanity. We're going to keep that as a solid thing. Other upcoming things which we're excited about, on April 20th, we are going to start our coin drive, which is going to be very, very fun. There will be some sort of grade competition around it. We'll see who succeeds the most. And then on April 22nd, which is the early release Wednesday, I believe, we are going to be doing our big fundraiser for the year, which is the fun run. So if you would like to help with that, please reach out to us. That is going to be our big fundraiser for the year. And we're really excited about it. Whether it is hopefully able to be outside or even if we have to do it inside, we are going to send kids home extra tired on this early release day and save the teachers a little bit of sanity of just getting the kids to just run it all out. So again, skipping down, the one thing that I am proposing to amend the budget for, this is something that I've been thinking about for a while and I think would be really beneficial for the school, is I would like for us to add $200-300 to the budget every year, not every month or anything like that, unless there's an extreme need, for us to establish a hygiene closet for the school where we have deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, maybe even if we can find the portable, or not the portable, the small little hairbrushes, something like that, for kids who might need something, especially as I have a fifth grade boy who still doesn't believe that he needs to wear deodorant every day, and he absolutely needs to wear deodorant every day. So if we can just have something like that established, fortunately, the school is very well handled in terms of feminine hygiene supplies, so we don't need to fill that gap. But if that ever becomes a need for, I know you guys just got a big clothing donation, so if there's ever a need for that, we'll revisit. But I would like to propose that be an amendment of something that we can start doing for the school to have available for students if they ever need it. Does anybody online or in person have any extreme objection to that or want us to pick a lower number, like $100? Nobody in person is screaming at me, so I'm taking that as a win. Online, does anybody have any extreme negative reaction to amending the budget for that 200 to 300 bucks? I'm just going to keep talking and keep an eye on it.
I got it.
You got it, perfect. So if anybody has an objection to that, even like in the next week, just let us know. We'll amend the budget. That's something that I'm just going to handle going and purchasing and getting it. I'll talk with Dr. Rogers and Ms. Fisher about where it will be kept and how often we need to refill or whatnot. But that is something that we're going to adjust a little bit here. Other than that, that is all of the regular boring stuff that I've got. Next is Laura talking about volunteers, and then Dr. Rogers will go straight into you.
Sure. So we're still.
You want to turn your camera on?
Oh, yep.
Or here, I'm going to move this. Laura, why don't you just come stand here since I'm recording on this one?
Hi, everybody. So we are still always looking for volunteers for our Wednesday food distribution. We work with a church that helps us get free food for our children in need. So we just need somebody to go between 9 and 10:30 and pick it up and bring it here and put it in a closet. The whole process takes maybe 30 to 40 minutes max. And that's if something goes wrong, like you can't find the key right away, or it takes a minute to load your car. It's a really quick thing and it helps a lot of kids. So if that's something you're into and you can spare a little bit of time, maybe you work from home and you have a meeting at like 11 and you can do it at even, just as early as possible, then go, that would be fine, but we're still looking. So if you could email me, that would be great. We're also looking for help with our library displays. If you don't know, I'm sure all of you do, our library is gorgeous and it is full of, all sorts of wonderful things for our kids to find. And one of the things that Miss Strauss makes sure happens are these beautiful displays every month. And so she's looking for help to make those displays based on books or seasons or um, genre or anything like that. So, and that's something you guys can discuss together. So, if you're a creative person and that seems like something that is right up your alley, we would really love to find people who can help us with that. And it doesn't have to be one person. We can find multiple people and you can take on, maybe you're just really, really passionate about Flag Day. That can be yours. So, just let us know. So,
All you know. All right, so I only have a couple of quick updates this evening. The first is coming up, gosh, that's next week already, is we're doing our first ever career fair. So Miss Samfier has really been instrumental in putting this together. It's going to be a full day. We've got people coming from a little bit of everything, right? We've got some doctors, we've got some people in the sports field, we've got some people in finance, we've got people from local colleges coming. So we're really excited for that opportunity for our kids. They're going to get to see a lot of different careers come through. And that is, of course, supporting our AVID initiatives and having them reconnect with that college and career readiness. So that is coming up soon. We are also going to be starting our after school tutoring for our kiddos coming up soon. We actually were able to find some additional funds to expand that program to kindergarten, first and second grade. Initially, we were able to focus on 3 through 6, but we're really going to zone into on K through 2 as well, because you guys know if we can help them get to the level they need to be in kindergarten, first and second, we have less of that need, right, when we get to 3 through 6. So we're going to be able to do that and pay our teachers for that time. Um, I will also shout out Mr. E. He was recently featured on the FCPS website. It's this big feature and video of him about how he makes math visible throughout our building. He really is instrumental in that. So we'll maybe put that out in our next newsletter so that everyone can check him out. And other than that, things are just kind of chugging along as normal. We've had quite an interrupted month in terms of school and everything like that. So we've just been kind of rolling with the punches, but we've got some really fun things coming up here for the spring. And we're just excited for some consistency and, believe it or not, kind of that last push, right, to the end of the year. So that is all the major updates I have tonight. I think this might be the record for the quickest PTA meeting that we've ever had. So the only other thing that I really want to check in, Sana, do you have anything that you need to update us about for 6th grade?
Just, I guess my monthly gratitudes.
Yes.
You mind if I just say?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so everybody who's watching online, we're just Sana's thanking everybody who has been so instrumentally helpful, donating and helping with 6th grade items.
So we've got Bar Taco, who is giving us all the food for our 6th graders for the celebration. Stang Orthodontics, Smile Wonders, Tisro Orthodontics. Those are all local businesses that have supported our 6th grades for us to be able to put on a great celebration for them at the end of the year. And then also families within the school, the Greer Johnson family, Jane family, Kitsis family, Numbar family, Norton family, and I'm sorry, Marco in 6th grade, your family. I'm gonna ask him to teach me.
Yes.
The other thing we have is we've got t-shirt sales will hopefully be coming out soon. The 6th graders, for the most part, have voted on the design, so we're gonna be able to put out that sale to the whole school. We will have, the game is coming up really quickly on April 17th. So, and our pep squad practices are gonna start March 12th also.
Lovely. I will say, as a parent of a sixth grader last year, if you are not a parent of a sixth grader and you're able to volunteer at the sixth grade event, that would be amazing. Let the sixth grade parents go watch their kids and be there for the pep squad instead of having to run back and forth. I will be there and helping run concessions, but yeah, if you have the bandwidth, also it's a great way to let your other kids run slightly feral in an enclosed space where you know they can't get into too much trouble while you're doing something else. So I will say that, son, I'm sure you'll have a sign up sheet for us later that we can work with. Um, Other than that, just continued, is there a need that anybody is aware of for the school or something that you want to see us as a PTA doing for students that we're not doing or a need that's not met that you know of? Whether you want to talk about it now or you want to email us, we are more than happy to hear that and take the feedback. We really want to make the PTA work for the students, not just be here to constantly just rotate money through for a small section of things. Date for the basketball game is April 17 at 6. Is that right?
Doors open at 6.
Doors open at 6. Yep, and you will have some form. Oh, is it 6:30? 5:30?
Doors open at 5:30. Right.
Yep.
So that we can start at 6.
Okay, so doors open at 5:30, so everything can start at 6. There will be food for sale along with potentially bobbin beads. There will be other accoutrements for sale for spirit stuffs as well. So you can come, you can eat, kids can cheer on, and there will be the teacher basketball. I'm really excited for the teacher basketball game personally. The other thing is, if you, I'm really hoping that I can find a parent of a first through third grader who is wanting to step in and be more involved in PTA. Come next year, we are going to have a vice president slot open, specifically just vice president. And that goal is going to be that person can come and shadow me. I am going to impose all of the wisdom or lack thereof that I have gained in this last year, and the goal would be that that VP, after next year, once I'm no longer here because my kids have all grown out, that VP takes over as president. And that role is just always something to make the president role a little bit easier and make it so a vice president is somebody who maybe wants to be more involved, but isn't sure that they're able to dedicate all of the time. They've got somebody to bounce off of. So think about it now, or if you're sitting here going, oh, I know parent B would be amazing for that, please go peer pressure them to do it because we would absolutely love it. So are there any questions for people here in person or anybody online that anybody has?
I have a question.
Yeah.
And it's totally possible that I have just not, made myself aware of it or whatever, that this is on me to have not known about this. Are there any opportunities for kids to do volunteer type things, like even the little kids?
Interesting.
So I've mostly focused. So the question for everybody who might not be able to hear it, the question was, are there volunteer opportunities for little kids? So you're talking like elementary school kids, not middle school, high school?
Right.
Yeah.
And even like this is from my first graders, so like.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
sweet.
because I know like in the community, right, it's geared towards like teens. and
Yeah.
stuff, And I totally get it because it requires a lot, but I was just wondering if that's like a
Yeah.
thing,
Like a stream cleanup or something?
kind of anything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing right now. I have been more focused on, hey, I know middle school and high school students need to get volunteer hours, so let's be a safe place where they can get some good volunteer hours. And then also our elementary school kids are exposed to the older kids and they can have their, oh my gosh, they're so big moment of just like the coolness. But I don't see why not. I think maybe even something of like, if your first grader like at the sixth grade basketball game wants to help us run concessions or something, cool. Like, absolutely, come on over and it can be like a tag team. I also know that we are going to be doing more for the outdoor classroom once Miss Hanson survives all of her stuff that she's doing, and also once it's not snowy and gross outside. So I'm sure that like with a combination of like PTA events and then also like outdoor classroom events, we could probably create more of a environment for our younger student body to participate in volunteer things. And I mean, maybe we could be like do something. I know kids love the little tchotchke stuff. So I'm like, hey, you volunteered. Here's a volunteer button pin. I don't know. We could come up with something that would make them happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if that, I definitely, yeah, we can look into something that we can do. I forget, are first graders allowed to join the outdoor classroom or the green team, or is that only our older students?
On the team, but then there are opportunities where you could expand and have like one green team member per classroom. Because we are kind of in year two of getting green team consistent, we've had it just be our older kids for now. But I know that Miss Hanson has talked a lot about expanding, like we're doing a lot of planting coming up soon in the spring that everyone is going to get to be a part of, K through six. Then we've got some tree planting coming next year. So there'll be some things where we're going to be expanding where they might do, you know, two volunteers from primary classrooms so that they can also be a part of that as well.
Yeah, because I know that they have like a person in each classroom right now who handles the recycling, I think is right. So I think, and I mean, like you said, Green Team's only in their second year, so ever evolving. So if there, I mean, if there's a first grader that's like, Mom, I want to do more, great, we'll take the momentum and we'll run with it. So absolutely, I'll talk with Ms. Hanson and I'll be talking sometime in the next week or two, and so I'll ask her if there's more stuff there. Also, if there anybody online or here in person who feels really passionate about fill in blank and you want to make it a club and volunteer your time, please, please, please come let us know because we did just lose our funding. So our teachers are not able to be paid for running after school clubs. So we're going to see if the PTA can fill that gap. But if not, that means that all of the clubs that are available are paid clubs that we have outside vendors with, which makes it a little harder to be universally accepted or not accepted, accessible. Thank you. Again, I have no more words today. We're done. All right. Anybody online? I haven't seen anything. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And if people want to talk offline, if anybody online or here has any questions that you don't want to talk about in chat or in person, our emails are at the top of this thing. Please feel free to email us. I'm try to respond as quickly as possible, but I will get back to you eventually, even if I miss things. So with that being said, everybody enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.
Thank you.
Oh, that was fast.